Hey guys, it's Greg Jones for Engine Builder, and today we are at DRZA Auto. I'm joined by shop owner Derek Cho-Sam, and this right here between us is a RB26 Nissan engine, and it's our Engine of the Week.
Engine Builder's Engine of the Week is sponsored by Pen Grade 1, L-Ring DOS Original, and NPW.
Derek, thanks so much for having us in the shop today.
Absolutely, thanks for coming.
We were just checking out a SR20 earlier, and now here we are in front of a RB26 that you have coming together, which is another popular Nissan build that you guys do.
The famous Godzilla engine.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of people using these for a whole bunch of different things.
Oh yeah.
So this one you're just getting ready to get into assembly.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about it. What do you got going in here?
So we've got this this block. We had it machined out and get ready for. We changed out all of the seals and everything out of this thing. Line bore it. Get it ready. Usually what I do on these, it's a little bit different than the SRs, but I like to have sonic numbers on these things also for castings. Okay. So I'm pretty stern on those because these we put a lot more power to them.
Absolutely.
So we like to make sure the cylinder walls are really good before we use them.
Yeah, and you got 6 cylinders versus 4, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. These things like to kind of burn up number 5 and number 6 because they're so far back.
Yeah.
So that's why we try to keep them. And we also have, not me, but I've known where a lot of them, they crack between cylinder 4 because of the pressure and the amount of boost that we put into it.
Yeah.
So we try to get that down pack and get everything cleaned out of the block, get it prepped, ready to go. Okay. Cranks here. We've got the crank machined out and ready to go. This is a stock crank we're using. We're not using an aftermarket at the moment. Okay. The owner wanted the stock crank back into it.
And about how much power is the stock crank good till?
So far, I've put almost 4 digits on the stock crank, and it's
been good.
It's been good.
Yeah.
We do an upgraded collar on them for the oil pump. That makes a huge difference on them because the original collar, it's just smaller, so the vibration actually cracks the oil pump, the gears, and that's when you have your starvation. So these are little things that we've came across over the years, and we try to implement them on almost every build to make sure they're almost bulletproof.
Awesome.
Other than your foot.
Right.
So, but yeah, with this one here, we've got Manly Tough rods.
Okay.
I've prepped them ready to go. They're already weighed out and equal lengths. Some of them I had to rescale to get equal lengths. I got my bearings and stuff set up on this one already.
Yeah, and who do you use for the rod bearings and main bearings?
So on this one, we had a mix match. We did ACL rods and mains from King's because we couldn't get from one manufacturer. Yeah. And those are my 2 preferred bearings companies that we use because they hold up really well for us.
Absolutely.
And with this particular build, we're doing CPs and got some nice shiny CPs here. Yeah, they work out really well. They're great company, great products. We've been using them for years. Yeah. So, yeah, oil pump setup. We're doing a 92 gear, which is a different gear set, which is from Nitto. Okay. A 90 millimeter, sorry, 92. We're using that in the internal stock housing, which gives us a little bit better flow. So on this one here, with the RBs, we do a restrictor, a 1.2 millimeter restrictor, to have the oil flow a little bit slower to the head because in the rear of these head, they don't flow back really fast to the oil assembly. So what we do, we take the freeze plug out, we drill, we tap it, and then we do a dash 8 AN line back into, and then we plumb it into the oil pan.
Okay.
So it'll flow back faster that way.
Yeah.
We don't really use too much of a larger oil pan because of our space issue in all-wheel drive setups.
Right.
It's just too bulky for what we do. So we try to not use it too much.
Okay.
Only on extreme, like full race setups, then we kind of force a larger oil pan system in there or a dry sump system.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
For street uses, we baffles.
Yeah.
Tomei makes a great set of baffles for them, and we use quite a bit of those.
Awesome. Now, Derek, you were talking a little bit about the head. Specifically, what kind of components are you putting in this cylinder head?
This cylinder head has Supertech valves, Supertech springs, Supertech retainers, keepers, all that, guides, everything, brass guides, everything from Supertech. Camshafts are from Tomei.
Okay.
They're the pond style camshafts, which gives a better idle than the larger lifts.
Yeah. And do you know some of the specs of these cams that you guys are using?
This particular cam is the 10.5 lifts to them.
Okay.
They're 272s.
Okay.
On the duration.
Okay.
So it should still keep our idle somewhat choppy, but predominantly is smooth.
Yeah.
So we could have a better idle.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. So Derek, is this particular RB26 going to be boosted, or is this a naturally aspirated build?
No, this one's going to be boosted. We're taking the twin turbos off of it, and we're going to be doing a single 8271R.
Okay.
So it should be fun. We're probably going to put about 30 pounds of boost to it.
Okay. Very nice. And what kind of horsepower goals does this customer have, or what horsepower expectation do you think that
he doesn't really care as long as it's efficient.
Okay.
But being that I know what I'm putting together here, we're probably going to look for about 650, 700.
Okay. Yeah, pretty healthy.
With this, it'll be a healthy, fun car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially all-wheel drive too. It'll be really nice.
And what kind of car is this going into?
It's going into a R33 GTR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Derek, anything else that we're leaving out about this particular build or some of the components that you got going in it?
Well, like all engines, everything has its little tweaks and quirks to them. We've kind of crossed one of them with the oil squirters, the restrictors, Yep. We definitely make sure we try to put these restrictors and on the cylinder head, the drain back.
Right.
It's almost as a given on these when we're starting to take them apart and build them up other than stock.
Yeah.
We definitely have to put them in there. It just helps the longevity and the reliability of all of it overall.
What you're saying, the cylinders 5 and 6 can see issues if you're not doing stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
5 and 6 is really critical on them because they're so far back. Yeah. They get restricted from the oil and the heat just end up building up on there, and then you end up melting a piston or blowing a head gasket out, whichever gives out first.
Right. Well, it's a good thing that it's you guys are aware of that and doing the proper things to get it to live and perform well. So awesome. Well, Derek, really appreciate you telling us about this RB26 that you have going together. Guys, make sure you're checking out everything that Derek's got going on here at DRZA Auto. And as always, make sure you're checking out EngineBuilderMag.com for more great engine content. Thanks for watching this episode of Engine of the Week. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. Hey, while I've got you guys here, I wanted to tell you about Find a Builder. It's a new microsite on EngineBuilderMag.com that's great for both engine shops and for potential customers looking to get engine work done. If you're an engine builder, this site is a place where you guys can list your shop and what you guys do to potential customers through EngineBuilderMag.com. It's an easy subscription-based microsite that'll let you guys connect to a new audience. And if you're a potential customer looking to get engine work done, This is a source to help you guys find a shop that's in your area or one that specializes in the type of engine work that you're trying to get done. Make sure you guys are checking out Find a Builder on enginebuildermag.com. Thanks.